So guys, today I'm going to show you some of the most underappreciated yet awesome camera features on your Samsung Galaxy smartphone. And I will be demonstrating on the S23 Ultra, but as you all know, most of the camera features are shared across Samsung devices. So yeah, with that said, let's start the video. Alright, so one of the most underappreciated camera feature on a Samsung phone is the director's view. And this is a feature meant for vlogging, and what it does is that it allows you to record videos with both the front as well as the rear cameras simultaneously. And on older Galaxy smartphones like the Note 20 Ultra, this feature is known as dual recording. So same concept but a different name. So you've got the video feed coming in from the rear cameras and also have your face in the video itself in this picture-in-picture sort of a view. Plus you can also switch between the different rear cameras. So if you want, you can also use the telephoto or the ultra wide angle camera while you are recording videos like this. You can even move the video feed that is coming from the front facing camera around. And if you want, you can also make the picture-in-picture view slightly bigger. And hey, you can even flip the cameras around. So now the feed coming in from the front camera is our background and the video feed coming in from the rear cameras is in the picture-in-picture mode. You can also change the layout from picture-in-picture to side-by-side. So yeah, plenty of features to play around with. You can also save both video feeds as two separate files. Press on this button and the phone will save both the videos as two separate 16:9 video files. One from the front camera and the other one from the rear camera. And you can edit these later on a PC or a Mac. So this actually gives you a lot of flexibility. I also feel that people don't really use or talk about the pro or the manual modes on these phones. And these are awesome for capturing photos and videos in challenging situations. I mean, there is absolutely no way auto mode can capture a video like this or record aesthetic videos like this. Add some light background music to this and voila, you've got one of those relaxing videos that you see on YouTube. Also, intentionally out of focus photos like these makes amazing wallpapers. If you want this, the download link is in the video's description. And here is a combination of low ISO coupled with slow shutter speed, which gives us insane pictures of lightning. Awesome, right? So Samsung phones usually have two of them, Pro for photos and Pro Video for manual controls while recording videos. Both of them provide similar functionality. They give you complete manual control over the camera, and this allows you to control the camera's ISO level, shutter speed, exposure value, focus, white balance, and choose how the microphone captures the audio. And the best part is you can have full manual control over all four cameras. Now I'm not going to explain how the ISO and the shutter speed works because this is not a photography tutorial and it differs for each and every scene. But let me give you an example of where the manual shutter speed and the manual focus comes in handy. Okay, so take a look. This video was recorded in the normal video mode. It kinda looks okay, but I can tell it's a bit overexposed and you also don't have any control over the phone's autofocus. You can just tap on the object that you wanna focus and the phone will do it for you. You don't have any control over the speed. But using the manual controls, you can record better quality videos. So take a look at this. I am using a higher shutter speed and that fixed the overexposed issue. And because this camera mode gives you full control over the focus system, you can change it yourself to give the video a slightly cinematic feel. So yes, if you know your way around the manual modes, then this is far superior to the auto mode because it gives you full control over the camera. Also, when you adjust the focus in the Pro mode, you will notice that the phone applies a green highlight to the areas that are in focus. This feature is called peaking focus and it will let you know which part of your image is in focus when you adjust the focus manually in the manual modes. So this makes it super easy to figure out which part of your frame is in focus. I also find tracking autofocus extremely useful, especially while recording videos. To enable this feature, go into the camera settings, scroll down, and under General, enable tracking autofocus. And after enabling this feature, tap the object that you want to keep in focus and the phone will track that object and keep it in focus. So even if you move or if the object moves, the phone will track the object and keep it in focus. If you pay close attention, you will notice that the phone is trying to keep the fridge magnet in focus rather than my face. So this is a feature that is extremely useful for recording videos. Now, if you don't want tracking focus, you can disable it and use tap to focus instead. So tap on the subject that you want to focus and you can also adjust the exposure by using this slider. But after a few seconds, it goes away and everything resets. So if you want to lock the focus and exposure onto something, press and hold and the phone will lock the focus and exposure onto the subject. And even if you change the exposure, it's not gonna go away. So I find this feature even more useful than tracking focus. Sometimes you might have noticed that this icon pops up on the screen whenever you take macro shots such as photos of flowers. If you tap on this, it activates a feature called Focus Enhancer, and this feature utilizes the ultra-wide-angle lens to take macro photos. I can actually demonstrate by moving my finger onto the ultra-wide lens. See that? That shows you the phone is using the ultra-wide-angle lens to take macro shots. Now, the thing is, Focus Enhancer does improve the focus due to the narrow aperture of the ultra-wide lens. But this also has a side effect. You are going to completely miss out on the background blur, aka bokeh. So if you want bokeh in your macro shots, then disable Focus Enhancer. But if your phone is having difficulties focusing on an object, then switch on Focus Enhancer. So guys, if you want this sort of a surround sound effect in your videos, then you might want to enable 360 audio recording on your phone. And I hope you are wearing your headphones because otherwise you won't be able to tell the surround sound effect. Anyways, let me show you how to enable this. So all you have to do is go into the camera settings and under videos, tap on advanced video options. And here enable 360 audio recording. Now keep in mind this uses the microphone on your Bluetooth headset, so you will need to have a Bluetooth headset connected to your phone. And for demonstration, I am using Galaxy Buds 2, so keep that in mind. I'm not sure how the audio quality turns out like on YouTube, especially after YouTube compresses it, but yeah, 360 audio just gives you that surround sound effect. Also, having a Bluetooth headset connected to your phone unlocks two additional audio recording features in the Pro Video. So in the Pro Video mode, tap on the mic option and you will see BT and BT mix are available for use. Now, if you select the BT option, the phone will record audio coming in from the microphone that is on your Bluetooth headset, which is very useful if you want to film someone who isn't standing close to the phone. The second option is BT Mix, and this is awesome because the phone will now capture audio from two sources, that is the phone's internal microphone as well as the microphone on the Bluetooth headset. So this is particularly useful if you and your cameraman want to talk while recording videos. So plenty of options to choose from. 4K videos take up a lot of space. A 4-minute UHD 60 video is about 2 GB in size. But check this out. This video is also a 4-minute UHD 60 video. But this one is roughly half the size, only 1.20 GB for the same quality. Why? Because this has been encoded with the HEVC format, which is also known as H.265. So if you want to save space, you might want to switch this setting on. So what you want to do is go into the camera settings, then advanced video options. Here enable high efficiency videos. Now if you have a newer phone like the S23 Ultra, then HEVC will be on by default and you will get the option to choose the quality of HEVC videos. I've got mine set to prioritize video quality, but if you feel like saving even more space, then you can have the camera prioritize space saving. And here's a fun fact. For all of my YouTube videos, I record in HEVC with the option set to prioritize space saving. This actually helps save me a lot of money because then I don't have to buy hard drives every few months. Now, in the same advanced video options, you will also notice a setting for high bitrate videos. If you enable this, the camera will record videos with slightly higher bitrate in the Pro video mode. Now keep in mind that it's not going to make any difference if you upload your videos to Facebook or on YouTube because these websites will automatically downgrade the bitrate. So this was recorded without the high bitrate option and this was with the high bitrate option. I can tell the difference on a big 55-inch 4K TV, but after uploading to YouTube, there's not gonna be any difference between these two clips. So use this feature only if you wanna archive the videos. One of the most underrated camera feature on a Samsung phone is the single take mode. When you press the camera shutter button in the single take mode, what happens is that the camera records a short video and then it takes screenshots from it and spits out a couple of photos and videos with a lot of different effects. So you can see we've got a fast forward video, then a cropped photo, a collage, a filtered photo, and the original video is right over here. So yeah, this is one of the underrated camera features that many people don't really talk about. Also, when you tap here, you've got the option to choose what the camera captures. So you can just disable the type of photo that you don't want to see. I think everybody knows that there is a dedicated night mode on Samsung smartphones, and this feature helps take better quality photos in low light conditions. And it also shows the number of seconds the exposure is gonna last. And here's a tip, you can tap on this and select max to increase the exposure. Now here is a hidden feature that many people don't know. If you want better quality low light photos, then you can increase the exposure even more by using a tripod stand. Because the phone automatically senses that it is on a tripod and it will automatically increase the maximum exposure. It is showing us 19 seconds for this scene because there is lots of ambient light, but in almost complete darkness it goes up to 30 seconds. The end result of long exposure shots is that you get razor sharp, high quality low light photo. It also works with the telephoto camera, but unfortunately for the telephoto cameras, the maximum exposure that you get is 5 seconds in the night mode even if you use a tripod stand. But that is more than enough to get a decent quality photo. So take a look, that looks beautiful. If you want to take photos and record videos with DSLR like background blur, then you might want to use the portrait modes. You've got two of them, portrait for still images and portrait video. Now inside here you get a couple of effects. The first one is the background blur, kinda gives you that DSLR like feel. Then you've got studio, high key mono, low key mono, backdrop, and my favorite, color point. So plenty of effects to choose from. And as for videos, you've got portrait video. It is the exact same thing, but instead of photos, it records videos. If you want the camera to remember certain settings, like the last camera mode that you have used, you might want to go to settings, then scroll down to settings to keep. Here you have a couple of features. If you enable the camera mode option, the camera will start in the previous camera mode that you were using. So if we set the camera mode to video, it's gonna start back up in the video mode. The second option is selfie angle. This I think is quite useful because the front facing camera always defaults to this zoomed in view, which kinda sucks. I kinda prefer this slightly wider view. So if you enable the selfie angle option, the camera will remember the last selfie angle that you have set. So once I set this to the wide view, the camera will always start in this selfie angle. So I think settings to keep is a useful feature and you should go through all of these and make appropriate changes. Trying to take a group photo on a tripod but can't reach the camera shutter button? Well, no problem. Show your palm to the phone and it will take a photo. There you go. Or even better, use the button on the S Pen to take a photo. You can even tell the phone to take a photo by saying cheese. And there you go. The phone will take a photo. Now these features are turned off by default, so you will have to go into the camera settings and then scroll down to shooting methods, enable voice commands and show palm. Now, since we are talking about selfies, there is a super useful feature called color tone, and it is only available when you use the front-facing camera. So once you've switched to the front-facing camera, tap this icon and select color tone. From here, you can pick a color tone for your selfies. You've got two options, natural and warm. And I've seen a lot of people complain about these selfies being on the warmer side, aka they have a yellow tint to it. It is most likely that you've got this set to warm. So you might want to go ahead and double check this setting. In the video mode, you might have noticed this hand icon. Tapping this will turn on super steady. This feature applies a really strong EIS or electronic image stabilization to videos, and this gives you shake-free videos. It almost looks as if the video was recorded with the phone mounted on a gimbal. There's also a feature called shot suggestions. If you enable this, the phone will kinda help you compose your photos. So it will analyze the scene and place a dot on the screen, and you can move your phone towards the dot and get an overall better composition. And I kinda agree with what the phone has suggested, since the tree is now at the center of our frame. If your finger can't reach the camera shutter button, maybe you're holding the phone at a weird angle, then what you can do is pull the camera shutter button out and place it wherever you want on the screen. This makes it very easy to take photos. Or even better, use the volume keys as the shutter button for the camera and take photos using these if your finger is unable to reach the on-screen shutter button. Now, if you press and hold the volume button, the phone will take 100 photos in quick succession. So this is the burst mode, which is great for capturing fast moving objects. You can also do this with the on-screen shutter button. Just swipe down on the shutter button like this and the camera will enter into burst mode. Oh, and by the way, if you cannot pull out the camera shutter button, then go to the camera settings and then shooting methods. And here enable floating shutter button. So this is the setting that allows you to pull out the camera shutter button and place it wherever you want on the screen. Now, I always recommend that you download and install the Camera Assistant add-on from the Galaxy Store, because this little add-on will unlock hidden features and settings for the camera on your Galaxy phone. So in Camera Assistant add-on, we've got the option to enable or disable the automatic switching of the lenses, option to prioritize focus over speed, and many more. Now, I'm not gonna explain all of these because I've already got a dedicated video about Camera Assistant. I'll put the link to the Camera Assistant video in the description. Alright, so that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope this camera tutorial was helpful. If it was, make sure to hit the thumbs up button because that helps out a lot. And make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you enjoy watching videos like these, because I've got plenty of videos about Samsung Galaxy smartphones on the channel. And if you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments down below. I'll try and answer them over there. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Tech Guy Charlie signing off.